Here are 14 ways to get your home ready to sell, ready to put it on the market. Now, there are a lot of ways you can get your home ready. For example, you can completely remodel your bathroom. You can replace all the floors with luxury vinyl. You can paint the entire home inside and out. You can add a pool. But all these are going to be really expensive, and the more expensive it is, the harder it is to say that you're going to recoup those costs in increased value of what your home is going to sell for. So I'm going to leave aside full remodels, even bath and kitchen remodels now, and I want to focus on 14 really cheap ways to get your home ready to sell. It's important in today's market because it's a competitive market. There are a lot of homes that are for sale. Interest rates are higher, so you want to make a great first impression when someone walks into your home for the first time and sees it. These are cheap ways. Many of them are free, just going to take some time and some effort. Most of them are going to be under $100, a couple $100 at most. You can do whether you do it yourself or you hire someone. But let's get started. So this is one of my favorites. We're going to start with the outside with your curb appeal, and putting down fresh mulch. It really helps the yard, helps the home really just pop. I do have a picture of red mulch here. I'm not a huge fan of it, nor are many people, but black mulch, brown mulch, natural looking mulch, red if you really so desire. It's $2-3 a bag at Lowe's. Just get it, throw it down in your garden beds. If you want to do some prep beforehand, put down a weed barrier or cardboard, that's great. But even if you just put down the mulch, that's a great start. It's any beds that you have, if you want to just put in a quick bed along the front of your house, front of your porch, these are all great options. It's cheap. You can do it in an hour or two on the weekend, and it's really going to give you some great curb appeal. All right, you want to take it a step further. You're feeling industrious, adventurous. Go pick up some flowers from Lowe's. Get some really easy to maintain, drought resistant. Natives are great. They're great, anytime you're planting, but you want ones that are going to be low maintenance. You don't want them to start wilting right away, especially if you're not going to be living in the home. You don't want to have to worry about watering it super frequently. So Texas natives are always a good start. Pick something that's got some nice color in it and is hardy. Sticking with the outside, this is one of my favorites. So everyone's mowing their grass. That's kind of, even someone who hasn't maintained their home well, they're usually going to stay on top of mowing. But taking it a step further, if you edge your lawn, I love it. I think it just gives even if the lawn itself is not great, cut it and put a good sharp edge on it, good clean edge. It's going to make it really look nice. It's going to accentuate the different parts of your yard, from your driveway, the sidewalk, the house itself. It just gives you a good clean line. So you can do it with you can get an edging attachment or tool, or you just take your weed whacker, flip it upside down, and you're good to go. All right, we're gonna get speaking of different renovations, I'm not selling, but I am getting my home painted, so you get to see some of my text messages coming in. Let's put that on Do Not Disturb. All right. This is another one of my favorites. Again, you can do this yourself. You can get a electric pressure washer. It'll probably do a decent job, for a couple $100, or you can pay someone. There's lots of businesses now. It's become like a really popular kind of side hustle for entrepreneurs, and you pay someone $150. They'll pressure wash your driveway, your sidewalks, your front patio. It's going to really make your home look really nice. This is something I'm a fan of. I'll often, if my seller is not able to, I'll pay for this to have them have their yard and to have their driveway pressure washed, because I really think it goes a long way. The pros, when they're doing it, they're going to use a surface cleaner, so it's kind of like a big 14, 16 inch or even bigger looks like a big circle, and it's got rotating sprayer heads in it, so it's going to give you a more even clean. But even if you just want to go out with a regular pressure washer nozzle and just quickly clean it, try and make it look even. But even a basic job is going to really improve things a lot. Again, the mildew, mold, dirt, whatever it is, always just builds up over the years, and this is it'll look great in photos, and it'll look great when someone pulls up to go see your home. All right, so we're moving inside now. Cleaning. This is essential. We're going to talk about decluttering, getting rid of stuff in a minute, but for now, just cleaning. Clean surfaces, clean countertops, clean floors, clean carpets, clean faucets, clean sinks, clean bathtubs. Clean. This is really important. It's easier if you're not going to be living in the home and constantly using it. If you are, you need to stay on top of this and keep it clean. Otherwise it's going to turn people off the minute they walk into your home. It's much easier to fall in love with a home that looks good and smells good. So, can you do it yourself? Yes, you can. If you've done it, if you consistently do it yourself, I would say go for it. For most people, it's pretty hard to do. I would recommend hiring someone. For $300-400, you can get a few hours with a nice 3-person, 4-person crew to do a really good deep clean on your home. Top to bottom, baseboards, things like that. Get into the caulk and grout even. It's really going to make your home shine and smell good. So this is an essential part anytime you're selling a home. All right, here's a nice little hack you can do yourself. I'm a big fan of. If you don't have the time or money to paint your walls, go ahead and get a magic eraser. It's made of some magic chemical that you just get it wet, you rub it over walls. It's a very, very fine abrasive, and it will clean the walls. If you have like handprints, just fingerprints, dirt, if your kids drew on the wall, it's a great way to get them clean without having to go and repaint the wall. Magic eraser. Clean your windows. So this is something people are going to notice right away. It's going to show up in your photos really obviously. So you can pay someone to do it, probably about $10 a window. You can do it yourself. Just take some elbow grease and some Windex. Clean them inside and out. And if you've got 2-story, it might be worth it to pay someone to go ahead and climb up on the ladder to get that done. But having clean windows, natural light comes in. They can look outside, they can see the view, they can picture themselves there. It's going to go a very long way. Cobwebs, spider webs, dust, and this is for inside and outside. I find this a lot in the windows, in door frames. Sometimes it's even the cleaners are not going to get there, but you want, again, your home to feel fresh. You don't want it to feel too old. So clean out the cobwebs and dust. And I see this more, usually people will get it, anything that's inside, but really focus on like door frames, window frames, and outside, like around your porch. This is a great thing to focus on. You can do this with a pressure washer. You can probably do it with just a leaf blower, or just use a wet towel, but get that done. Replace air filters. So a good agent, one of the things they're going to look at, I often do this, if you want to kind of get an idea of how well maintained a home was, take a look at the air filter. Air filters need to be replaced every 2-3 months. And if a homeowner is not taking care of the air filter, well, they probably didn't take care of they probably haven't had their AC service. They might not have had their roof replaced. They might have been a small leak that they didn't get to in time. It's kind of the most basic, most frequent homeowner responsibility is replacing your air filter. If you want your AC to last a long time, if you want to know if you're getting a quality AC, well, if that air filter looks like it hasn't been replaced in 6 months or more, that AC is probably struggling. It's probably dirty. So replace your air filters frequently, do it all the time, but definitely when you're getting ready to put your home on the market, put in a fresh air filter. Matching light bulbs. This is one that annoys the heck out of me when you go into a house and I'm not going to, again, if you want to replace light fixtures, that's great. This is going to cost a little bit more money or a little bit more, need a little bit more know-how, handyman type knowledge, but at least have, make sure all your light bulbs are working, so there's no burnt out ones, and then have them matching. Have it the same hue, the same color, whether it's like a lower, more yellowish or brighter white. Just have it consistent throughout the homes. Important for photos, but important just for continuity as someone walks through your home, so it just feels clean and they're paying attention to the contents, to the actual room, and not to the weird different lights that you have. Remove clutter. This is really the most important. So you want to if you can do one thing, if you can focus on one thing when you're selling your home and prepping your home, is make it a blank slate. Make it a blank canvas so someone could come in and picture it as their own, how they would have their sofa here, and they would put their kids' bed over here, and they would place their TV over here. They can't do that if they see the clutter. That's going to distract them. It's immediate, major turnoff. Takes tens and tens of thousands of dollars off of your home if you're a hoarder or just very cluttered and you don't address it. Especially in this market, it's an immediate red flag for anyone who's looking at a home and isn't completely desperate. And buyers are not desperate nowadays. They've got lots of options. So please take the time, pay someone. Hire someone. I've got a great junk removal guy. I always recommend, everyone in Bastrop knows him, Omar with El Jefe Junk Removal. It is they'll do a great job. They'll clean it out. They'll throw it in the dumpster. They'll take it off and haul it and bring it to the dump. But this is so essential, and this is I can talk about this a lot. Obviously, I mean, we have shows like hoarder shows on TV. This is an issue in today's day and age, and probably always has been. We can touch on mental health, we can touch on consumerism, but when you're selling a home, this is the time to address it. That picture that you have, that piece of homework from your kid from 20 years ago, that's amongst the other 100 pieces of homework that you've collected, you don't need those anymore. So throw it out. But whatever it takes, whatever you need to do, if you can't throw it out, get a storage unit and just move everything there. But it is so essential to declutter and really depersonalize, but really, really important to declutter your home when you're selling it. Recaulk the bath. Again, you can, there's a lot of things we could get into. I say clean the grout and the kitchen tile. You can do all of that, but a small but major step is, if your home's 10, 20 years old, the grout is going to look gross. It's going to have mold growing on it in the bathroom. It's really hard to keep stuff like that clean. So the best thing is to recaulk it. So you can, pull it out, scrape it out. That's the best way to do it. But even if you're just going to put a fresh bead on top of it, so important. You want people to come in and to look at your bathroom and see it, and not see that brown streak along the edge of your beautiful bath. Which again, you may have a very nice bathroom, but if that caulk doesn't look good, if it looks dirty, you're no good. No one's going to like it. Touch-up paint. So again, I'd love if you can repaint your house before I sell it, but that might cost you, if you're doing interior and exterior, could be looking at like $10,000. So if you can touch it up, if there's places that have like a big scratch, a big hole, it doesn't have to be done perfectly. What you want to do with all of these things, the main focus is to avoid giving a buyer an excuse to write it off. If I'm going to see 10 homes and one of those homes has a big, marker streak on the wall from a kid, it just stands out to you. And if I need to narrow down 10 homes to 3 homes or 2 homes or that one final home that I want to purchase, you don't want to give them an easy checkbox to say, okay, well, this one doesn't fit what I want because it's not, because the lawn looks dirty, or the lawn's not nice, or yeah, but their windows weren't clean. It's not even going to necessarily consciously register with that potential buyer, but they're going to notice it, and it's going to affect their desire to purchase your home. I think we're coming up on the end. This might be the last one. Carpets. So again, a few different levels here. Cleaning it, you're going to vacuum it, get it deep clean. Carpets are disgusting. I have them. I hate them. I love homes that don't have any carpets in it. It's just like, it's pretty gross when you think about it. It's like leaving a towel on the floor that you walk around with, especially if you walk around with your shoes inside, just picking up dirt, like animal poo, whatever's on the bottom of your feet, and it's just never cleaned. It just soaks everything in. So get it deep cleaned. You can rent something from Walmart or Lowe's to do it, or you can pay someone. It's $100-$200. It's totally worth it. If the carpets are really bad, this is almost more important than painting. I'm gonna say it's probably worth replacing, even if you get like a cheap low end rental grade carpet. You don't want, if you've had pets and they've peed in it, if you've had kids and they've thrown up in it, whatever it is, especially if if they're really dirty, you got to replace them. But again, at the very, very least, please clean them really deeply. This can be a huge turnoff for people, even if and it can take tens of thousands of dollars off the value of your home, even if the carpet itself would only cost $1,000 or so, a couple thousand to replace. So get them as clean as you can. If you can't clean it, you might have to replace it. Well, I think that's what we've got for now. This is a conversation that I have with every seller. I'll tell you this. Be realistic, be honest with yourself and with your realtor, especially if it's me, about what you're capable of doing. If you can't do any of this, that's fine. We can price homes accordingly. But these are things that are minimal investments in terms of time and or money, and can bring you a really good return. I'm starting with the basics. I want the home to be presentable. We can talk about again, remodels, adding on. So as a brief aside, I'd say the highest return you're going to get is from bath remodels. Redoing the tile in the bath, replacing the fixtures, redoing the vanity. After that, redoing the kitchen. Kitchens are going to get, a bath remodel you can do from anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. A kitchen remodel's going to probably run you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. But replacing flooring there, replacing cabinets, replacing countertops, all of those are options. But I find, again, especially if your average home around here, in Bastrop, I'd say in Austin as well, if you're in the $300,000, maybe $400,000 range, it's probably not worth it to invest $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 in your home, at least in the current market, to get it ready. But it is essential to invest 10, 20 hours of work, $1,000, maybe $2,000 in funds or in fees to pay a contractor to do this. If you have any questions, if you have any more tips, write them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow on whatever channel, station, platform you're watching this. And let me know what else you'd like to see. But stay tuned for more great tips on real estate and everything else in life.